everyone, and welcome to the Hold On Till Dawn podcast. I'm your host, Erin, and Happy New Year. It is now January of 2025, and I have some exciting news to announce. If you don't follow us on social media, you may not have seen. We are having our third benefit concert this month, January 26th, in Orlando, Florida. And if you have been listening to this podcast for the last several months since we started in April of last year, I have been saying over and over again that I am done with the benefit concerts and I'm not doing another. And that was true. I didn't have any intention of doing another one. There were no plans for it. This opportunity kind of presented itself to me and things just kind of fell into place, and I was happy to help it move forward. And so here we are. So my friend Autumn that I've mentioned in previous episodes is hosting a fan convention in Orlando, Florida, the weekend of the concert. It's January 24th through the 26th. And she had booked Malcolm from MKTO to be at the convention. And when I saw that, I immediately thought, oh my gosh, would he be interested in doing an MKTO reunion for a benefit concert? Because that was the original plan in 2020. For our September concert, we had booked MKTO along with 5 other artists. And because of COVID and MKTO breaking up, it never happened. And it was a devastating loss. And so when I saw that he was doing the convention, I had to reach out and ask. So Autumn reached out to him and asked if he would be interested in doing an MKTO performance. He reached out to Tony then, and they both said that they were interested, and I had a couple questions to ask. And once I answered them all, it only took 4 days from the initial contact to us finalizing everything to get the entire thing planned. And I kind of was on a time crunch because this all happened in the middle of December, and I knew that the event was going to be in January, the end of January. So I knew we only had a little over a month, and I wanted to make sure that we promoted it as much as we could and we sold as many tickets as we could. So getting tickets on sale as quickly as possible was my goal. So the guys were great, and we figured it out in 4 days. Drew Seeley was planning on coming to the convention, so Autumn had already kind of talked to him a little bit about the concert. So he was in, and then I reached out to Johnny and asked if he would like to join the lineup because he was in my previous 2 concerts, and he's a friend of mine, so I was excited to be able to offer him that. And so the lineup is complete. We have Johnny, we have Drew Seeley, who I had at my concert in Boston, and so grateful to have him again. And then Tony, who was at the first benefit concert. And then in addition, we have Malcolm. So MKTO, the first reunion performance in 5 years. Amazing. And then Drew Seeley, amazingly talented guy. And Johnny, also amazingly talented guy. And they're also such nice guys, so down to earth. So it's been a pleasure working with them and coming up with everything we've come up with. And I'm so excited to see them again and work with them and hear them live. And it's just been an exciting couple of weeks planning that. It was hard keeping it a secret, even though I didn't have to keep it a secret for very long. But it was hard to keep a secret. And I'm so excited. So if you're in the Orlando area, or you feel as though you would like a little sunny vacation to Orlando for a weekend, the concert is at the Abbey in downtown Orlando, January 26th. I know I already said that, but I'm reiterating it. And the proceeds of the show, as with the previous 2, benefit the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. The AFSP of Central Florida will be there. They're going to have a table set up, which I'm really excited to have them be a part of it. we will have raffle baskets as we did with the previous show, and there will be a 50-50 raffles. So lots of chances to donate and help the cause. I just began reaching out to companies since it's the beginning of January now, and I wanted to wait for the new year because I know a lot of companies have tapped out their donations by the end of the year. So I figured I'd reach out when things were fresh and new and starting a fresh new fiscal year. And our first donation, which I just posted about, was the Sea Life Aquarium in Orlando. So really excited to have their donation of 4 passes worth $120. So that's going to be one of the raffle baskets at the concert. So I'm very excited about that. Hoping to have a couple more, at least 5 more is my goal. That would be awesome. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to mention about that. We'll be posting a lot on social media on that day, kind of sharing everything that's happening as it's happening. And I will hopefully be able to record a podcast episode afterwards and kind of talk about the experience and everything and sharing what that was like. So it is January 2025, fresh slate. I kind of talked about it in the previous episode about navigating the holidays, and a new year is a good time for fresh starts. It gives you a reason to set some goals. Last year, I gave myself a word to kind of navigate myself through the year instead of making a resolution. I had a word, and my word was travel. So my goal was kind of to travel as much as I could last year, which I did accomplish. I went to a couple new places and I went to a couple old places, but I traveled to visit friends or visit a place because I liked it. The first trip I took of the year last year was New York City, which wasn't anything new, but it was still traveling. Went to Arizona for the first time with my friend, saw the Grand Canyon and Sedona and Phoenix, and that was really awesome. March, went to Connecticut to go to a fan convention. That was a super short trip, but it still counted as travel. I went to North Carolina a couple times, Massachusetts, Virginia, Florida. So I kind of just made my way around. My word that I decided for this year is goal, Goal. And what that means to me is set my eye on something that would technically be an achievement for myself and follow through with it and do it. When I was thinking of the word, I was thinking of, I feel like I've seen a shirt that says goal getter, like someone who chases after their dreams and their goals. And that is my word for the year. This third benefit concert was a goal. Last March was supposed to be the third benefit concert in Philadelphia, but then it didn't end up happening because the ticket sales weren't there for it. So, and also getting MKTO booked, which happened at my first concert, but then fell through. So those are 2 goals that I am set to achieve in the first month of the new year. So that motivated me to want to continue that for the rest of 2025. So I haven't decided what my other goals for the year are going to be yet. But I feel like one of the reasons I feel very motivated is because the last 6 months of 2024 were very challenging and hard for me to get through. I learned a lot about myself. I worked through a lot of things, and there were some days where I didn't know how I would get through them. I didn't know how I was going to make it. And the fact that I'm here where I am now and I got through it and made it to the other side, and now I'm accomplishing things that I didn't even think were possible, makes me motivated for the future and reminds me that I can achieve things that I put my mind to, and I'm capable of doing amazing things. And so are you. You are also capable of amazing things, and you can put your mind to something and follow through and achieve it. I know that sometimes after the holidays are over, it is hard to stay motivated, and I completely understand that. When I got home from visiting my mom for Christmas, I was a little unmotivated, especially since I was fighting a cold. And so I wasn't in my normal routine of waking up and working out. I wasn't sleeping as well because it was hard to sleep with all my cold symptoms. But one morning I woke up and I was just like, you're just going to get in the shower, take a shower, and then go on and go from there. And then once I did that, I was motivated to blow dry my hair. After I did that, I was motivated to do my makeup. After that, I was motivated to take a walk. After that, I was motivated to clean my condo. So once you put yourself into motion and do just one thing to put yourself in the right direction, your motivation kind of snowballs after that. At least that's what I've noticed for myself. And this was actually New Year's Eve that all this happened. And then my manager called me and was like, is there any way you can work tonight? And I was like, sure, because I hadn't had any plans. And I had done so many things to motivate myself throughout the day that saying yes to work felt like not a big deal. If I had rolled out of bed and I had just been sitting there watching TV and I hadn't done anything yet in the day, I probably would have been less likely to say yes because I would have had to gain the motivation to go into work and it would have been more difficult. So it was nice to be mentally prepared to say yes to that and then do something lucrative and make money. Another goal of mine in the new year is to read more. I did not complete my Goodreads challenge last year, and I was pretty sad about it. When I was driving home from work that night, I was telling my mom that I was going to be one book short of my Goodreads challenge, and she didn't understand, and I was like, I'm going to open my app, and they're going to be like, oh, how sad you didn't finish your challenge. You were short of your goal. And she didn't understand that. But yeah, so now I have to stare at 11 out of 12 books for 2024. And I don't want that to happen in 2025. So I've set my goal for 25 books this year because the last time I read more than 10 books in one year was 2020, which I know a lot of us were probably doing because there wasn't anything else really to do that year. So I read 30 books that year and it's 2025. So I want to read 25 books in the new year. So if anyone has any book suggestions, please let me know. You can comment on this podcast or my social media or on the YouTube videos and let me know what books to read. I like reading young adult fiction because that is what I write. I'm not sure if listeners know this or not, but I have written and published 5 young adult novels. They're on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. They are called Going the Distance, Finding Home, Holding On to Home, Reaching Home, and Here Without You. And I'm not trying to plug my books, but it's just worth mentioning that the reason I read a lot of young adult fiction is because it inspires me and it inspires me with what I'm writing. I'm working on my 6th book right now. I'm hoping to have it finished by this summer. That's my goal. I've been working on it for like 5 years. Or 4 years. I think this summer is 5 years. So that is another one of my goals. Having that book done, finished editing. It is done. It's just in the editing process. So to have that be complete by the summer is a goal there. So we've got the benefit concert, reading, writing. I want to continue with this podcast. That's another goal. The episodes by myself, sometimes I run out of things to talk about, and I sometimes struggle with what to talk about in each episode. But I just interviewed someone before Christmas, so I'm excited. That episode is coming out in 2 weeks. And I am hoping to be able to interview MKTO at the benefit concert at the end of January. I don't have my hopes up about it because I know that would be a really big get. So if not, that's okay. But that would be cool because they would be the only ones left from benefit concerts that I haven't interviewed. I was really lucky and fortunate to have interviewed everybody else. And there might be another couple special podcast guests this year. I hope it works out. So that is another goal. And I think another goal I wanted to achieve is to start taking more dance classes. So I'm a dance instructor. I've been dancing since I was 3. And I kind of eased up on the dance classes this past year. Actually, I honestly don't think I took a single dance class last year. So one of my friends taught hip hop professionally in New York City, and he just joined the Air Force last February. So the last class I took of his was December 2023. And I haven't taken a class since then, and I would really love to. So I think I'm going to put that on my list to take another adult dance class. More than one, but at least get back on track with that because that would be really nice. And it's good for my mental health. It's something that helps heal me. And I think that is all my goals for the new year. So my word of the year is goal. Want to achieve my goals, want to push things for myself because I know I'm capable of it. I am excited for what the new year holds. I'm excited for the concert, which is in a little over 3 weeks, which is crazy. I'm excited to share that with everybody, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the night. It's going to go by so fast. They always do. From the morning I wake up until the end of the night, it all kind of goes in a blur. But I think, like the previous 2, I think it'll get easier. The first one was the most stressful because I didn't know what to expect at all. Second one was a little less stressful. And I think the third one will be even less stress, especially because I have so many people helping me out this time. There's a lot of volunteers from the convention that are helping. And so that will make things easier. So yeah. I hope everyone is enjoying their new year so far. And I encourage you to choose a word to help guide you through the year. Any word you want. Any word at all. And that kind of guides you throughout the year with each decision you make. And happy 2025. I will see you guys next time. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Our website is holdontilldawn.com and our email is holdontilldawn@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at holdontilldawn and on Facebook at Hold On Till Dawn Benefit Concert. See you next time.